Hello. Hello. Okay. Hey YouTube, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about how do you maintain or keep your gains when you're on holiday. I thought it would be a great time to talk about this topic because I recently came back from a 7-day vacation myself. But my number one piece of advice is that if you're going on holiday and you want to maintain your gains, but you're not particularly fond of exercising, you don't necessarily enjoy exercise, it doesn't align with the primary principles or goals of going on holiday, like relaxation or enjoyment or experiencing new things, then just don't exercise. Because we do actually have data and research that supports the fact that if you have to go on a training break for 1 to 2 to maybe 3 weeks, that you're most likely not going to lose any muscular size or strength. And I'll briefly go over the research that supports this towards the end of this video, so please stick around for that if you're interested. But if you're a gremlin like me that actually enjoys training when they're on holiday,
you don't have any friends,
then this is my advice. Number one is that you should just do what you can with what you have. Any type of general training stimulus is going to be enough to maintain your gains for like
Are you serious?
1 to 2 to maybe 3 weeks. And I'll give you an example. When I was on holiday last week, all I did was I brought with me a skipping rope and a yoga mat. I don't have my yoga mat with me right now, but here's the skipping rope. And basically, this was enough to kind of get my cardiovascular stimulus in. The skipping rope I used to warm up a little bit. And on the yoga mat, I would just do like some basic calisthenics types of movements, push-ups, squats, and just general stretches to cool down every day. And it was quite relaxing, and it was enough of a general muscular stimulus for the week. In fact, because it's such a novel stimulus, novel being it's a new type of thing, high rep bodyweight exercises isn't necessarily what I usually do. I actually found myself getting sore the next day, more so than when I train with weights at home. So do what you can with what you have. If that's yoga, if it's stretching, if it's running, if it's, swimming, then that's what it is, and that's going to be more than enough to maintain your gains in the grand scheme of things. Number two is that you should try to train as early as you can within the day, because this firstly helps to mitigate the potential disruption that could occur within the day, the potential that some type of commitment will come up and you have to kind of put the gym to the side. If you just train first thing in the morning, as early as possible, it's a great way, fantastic way to start the day. Feel a lot better about yourself, you feel a lot more fulfilled, you feel a lot more energized, and especially if you're traveling with a group of people, it helps to kind of minimize the chance that there are interruptions in the house that you're staying at or the hotel or whatever it is. Third piece of advice is regarding dietary advice, what you should do with your diet. And it's basically the same thing with exercise, is that if following a particular dietary protocol is going to disrupt your ability to enjoy your holiday, then just don't do it. It's a week, it's 2 weeks, it's really not going to matter in the grand scheme of things unless you have some very important competition, physical competition coming up, like bodybuilding or, weightlifting, but just don't worry about it. The number one thing that I would concern myself with in terms of dietary needs on holiday is just trying to keep up your protein intake. So if you have to, take with you a protein supplement, whey protein, and have it with some yogurt or oats in the morning or whatever you can. Even if you're at a hotel and you have no control over your diet and you have to go at eat out at a food buffet every day or whatever the case is, just having the flexibility of having a protein shake whenever you can is quite helpful. And just being mindful of the amount of, lean meats, veggies, and healthy foods that you're having throughout the day is good in terms of mitigating the potential of having muscular loss due to not having adequate protein intake throughout the day. That's really it. The fourth piece of advice would just to be vaguely keep active and hydrated throughout the day. So some people kind of get lost in the festivities and they forget to drink water. I think it's kind of a no-brainer that you should keep hydrated and drink lots of water throughout the day if you're expending a lot of energy especially. And just keep active. You're on holiday. Go out, explore, be more courageous, play sports, play with your friends. Sounds like I'm speaking to a bunch of children right now, but you know what I'm saying. Just enjoy yourself. indulge yourself in lots of festivities and activities, and that stimulus alone is going to be more than enough to break up the monotony of your general gym routine and to keep things feeling fresh. It's going to be more than enough to maintain your gains throughout the 1 to 2, 3 week period or whatever it is that you're on holiday for. That's it. Now, if you made it this far, let's talk about the fact that you will not lose your gains. I'm going to bring up a post that I created on exactly this topic. How fast do you lose your gains? Now you want to put my face to the side of the video so that you got it? According to this paper, 5 days of complete immobilization of a joint was enough to result in significant muscular atrophy and strength loss. But unless you are severely injured, hospitalized, or on bed rest, chances are you won't be completely immobilized, because this paper was done using a complete leg cast, rendering it completely immobilized. But chances are you're still going to be able to walk, climb stairs, run, swim, whatever you have to do. So this isn't necessarily the case, as is supported by this paper that showed that young resistance trained men saw no loss in muscular size or strength after a 2-week period of detraining. And then the subsequent paper showed that those who were intermittently detrained for 3 weeks at a time within a 24-week period, so they were detrained for 2 3-week periods in a 24-week period, only saw momentary or acute losses in muscular strength and size that were ultimately regained after subsequent periods of retraining. Compared to the group that did continuous training over the 24 weeks, they saw no particular difference in results. So that's really quite reassuring. If you have to go on, a 2 or 3 week period of detraining, whether or not you're going on a work trip, you're traveling, you're going on holiday, it's really not going to matter in the greater scheme of things. But what if you're going on a break for more than 3 weeks? Sometimes life gets in the way and we have to put our physique or our strength goals aside. Well, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's this paper in particular published in 2011 that showed that it may be possible to maintain the majority of your gains when your training volume is reduced by up to 1/9 of your regular training volume. And this was the case for up to 31 weeks. So it's possible to train with 1/9 of your regular training volume and still maintain your gains for the time being. So you can still come up with some sort of strategy to alter your current training schedule or split to your current, particular lifestyle and still maintain your gains. So don't stress the bad times or the good times. Just do what you can with what you have, and when the time is right, start again. All right. This is Bradley Cato. Thank you for watching. This is probably the end of the video. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, recommendations, critiques, or comments. Leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.